should have for their success. I think when we're first starting out, it's all about the hustle. But if you hustle correctly, if you hustle the right way with the right tools and system, it might not even be a hustle. You feel me? But before we get into that, let me let these ladies introduce themselves.
You go ahead, Megan.
What you drinking on, girl?
Okay.
Wanga tea. Is that how you say it?
Ashawanga tea. Megan, please go before T gets us arrested.
Listen. Okay. Hey, everybody. Megan Aderele. I am a spiritual business strategist, and I help my clients to manifest their visions into reality so they can get to their next level of peace, purpose, prosperity, and ultimately to their profits.
Come on, profits.
Come on, natural hair. It's like it's
Scary
doing it
today.
today. It's doing
She
this big
she
one.
wanted to show her length and stuff today, honey. Okay.
Hey y'all, hey, my name is Tanesha, but I like for you guys to call me T. I'm what you call a business coach and sales coach, and I love to help entrepreneurs become consistent and confident at this thing called social media. I love to help you grow your audience, but most importantly, I love to help put profit into your pockets.
Excusez-moi. Everyone's all about profits. That's right. Over here, we're profits over revenue. This is attorney Kendra Stephen. I am the brand protection attorney for entrepreneurs and entertainers, as well as professional athletes, and I help my clients protect their brands to increase their profit. Today, we're going to be talking about tools and systems you should have to help your business to become successful. Now, let me just say this. The goal isn't for you to go out and buy 100 tools at the same time. Please don't. But it does make you start to think that you need to have a plan in place to acquire these tools and systems so that you can start operating your business on the next level. Remember, our goal is to build our business in such a way that we can remove ourselves from the business and live our best soft life. And in order to do that, we have to have tools and systems to help us drive our company. What corporate Erin said, like drive the mission forward. Do y'all follow corporate Erin? Because I certainly do. She is a riot. Megan, do you watch her?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God, like she basically does like corporate trauma. Like if you were ever in corporate America and had to
Oh,
attend
I think
meetings,
I've seen her once.
yes, like she does
Mm-mm.
hard swallows. Her hair is always misshaveled. She starts the meeting early, ends it 1 minute early to give you back your time. Pure
What is
entertainment
it?
comedy. You should.
Corporate Aaron?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought that's what you were doing with the mug because she always has a
Mm-mm.
mug. Like,
I'm gonna
and
look.
she does a
I'm gonna
hard
check her
swallow. She's like a gulp.
out.
And you know exactly who would do that in a meeting. Anyway, guys, okay, so we'll start off with T.
I was gonna say I got something that a system that I think every business owner should have, and you can choose what system that you use, but it should be some sort of system that tracks your progress, not necessarily just your sales, but
Mm,
those goals that you have set for yourself that are not or maybe not similar to what the website technically tracks. The goals that lets you know that you're on the track to hit your goals for the month.
yeah.
This week I had a few student coaching calls, and during the calls, they kind of were like beating themselves up. I'm like, well, no, let's pull it out. Let's see how we've done. And both of them were surpassing their goals. But when your goals start to come through and it starts to look a way that you're not used to it looking, you think you're not hitting a target. But if you have systems to track your progress, you'll
Mm-hmm.
know, okay, I can actually throw in a couple of these this month or throw in a couple of that. But you won't know that unless you're able to
Oh,
track it.
right.
I
Yeah.
love that. Guys in the room, do you have a system, a method, something in place to track your progress? You started,
Mhm.
let's say you started off the year and your goal was, I'm going to acquire, I don't know, one new customer a month,
Mhm.
right? That's really low, but I mean, for some
Mhm.
people, it is what it is. One new customer a month,
Mhm.
and you are not paying attention, but you might have actually made it to two customers a month or
Mhm.
three. So I think that's important because during this whole journey of building the business that you're looking to have, your ability to keep your momentum will require you to have a system like this in place. Momentum is going to help you get to the millions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to be able to keep that momentum because there are going to be days there's going to be a dry spell.
Mhm.
And you got to look back at your winning season
Mhm.
to help you get through those seasons of dryness.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yeah.
Megan, what you got?
So, y'all, a lot of times, a lot of these systems are specialties of mine. Okay. So, from a high level, typically, what T is referring to in corporate America, we would refer to those as enterprise resource planning systems,
Mm-hmm.
is like a technical name for those things. Now, with these systems, they can be something as basic as an Excel document, right? Because a
Mm-hmm.
lot of these systems, they start in Excel or some type of other Excel based document. One of the things that I utilize within my business, where I built out my own coaching client management system, is I utilize Airtable for
Mm-hmm.
these,
Mm-hmm.
where I have a lot of applications that I use. I'm able to track all of my sales calls. I'm able to track my coaching clients and things like that. So, again, it could be something as simple as an Excel document, or it can be something that can be a little bit more advanced where you can, start building out systems and automations and things like that, something such as Airtable. But again, the proper terminology of something like that will be your enterprise resource planning system or your ERP,
Mm-hmm.
right? And these things can incorporate different things such as like your HR, maybe your payroll, and then like your client or your student management as well. But again, it could be something as basic as an Excel document.
Mm. Now y'all know I love me a good Excel document.
Column A, B, and C, name them jokers, and run the formula, copy and paste it down. I'm in and out.
Yes, come on, Google Sheets. If you ain't
Mm-hmm.
on an Apple, Google Sheets is an option for
Mm-hmm.
you. I think one of the other things is to consider that you don't have to make this super complicated,
Mm-mm.
right? The goal is here, we want to replace ourselves. So if you were to bring on somebody into the company, how are you going to track them? Hey, Erica, how are you going to track their progress, right? So I know we're thinking, oh, I'm using this for me, but at the end of the day, you want to use it for, think of using it for someone
Mm-hmm.
else that is operating in your business. How do you track what they're doing? One, you want to keep their momentum so they keep coming to work. No one wants to come to work if they feel like they're not
Mm-hmm.
accomplishing that. Well,
Mm-hmm.
maybe they just accomplish a
Mm-hmm.
paycheck, but that's a different
Mm-hmm.
conversation. But to keep up their motivation, this is a great tool to have, a simple Excel sheet that they can track what they're doing. What's the other system you were thinking of, T? It looks like you have one on the tip of your tongue.
No,
I thought you were
not
gonna
in
say
regards to this,
email,
but
email market. I thought you was gonna mention something about email
well, yeah,
marketing.
oh yeah, yeah. I didn't. If you want me to go and name another, I can. I
Yeah.
got plenty. Okay. So when it comes to email marketing, I know Megan is going to give the one that she uses because she kind of uses something that is all inclusive. But I'm going to recommend ConvertKit, because I'm a user friendly kind of girl. I like apps that if it takes me 10 minutes to do it, great. If it takes me longer, I ain't doing it, Jesus. So ConvertKit, it does come at a cost, but once again, it's user friendly to where it won't take you months to create something. You'll be able to create something in a relatively short time frame. But two, it also is going to house all of your contacts and all of your information there, so that way you can mass send out things to people. You can
Mm-hmm.
sell your products. And I really wanted to mention it because of the landing page features.
Yeah.
So many people don't have a website, or many people don't have the money to create a website, not a website that encourages funnels. ConvertKit allows for you to do landing pages
Yeah.
that if you didn't have a website, it can kind of be your storefront. You can send people through, you can upsell, you can downsell, you can put people on payment plans. So it's now really expanding its capabilities to do a whole lot.
I think you're finding that with a lot of systems and tools that they're now like overlapping,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And you guys in the chat, you're welcome to share what system or tool you're using for the things that we're mentioning. Right now, we first started about, hey, let's make sure we are able to track our progress. And now the next one we moved on to is some way to communicate with all of your customers electronically via
Mm-hmm.
email, right? And what we're seeing is there are a lot of systems that are overlapping. So T mentioned ConvertKit, adding landing pages. Y'all know I love to play with my MailChimp, and yes, they've added landing pages
Mm-hmm.
too. I've also seen them add SMS to
Mm-hmm.
it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to see an overlap in systems. I think generally it's not just email marketing, but a way to communicate with your clients all together, and also a way to segment those clients to communicate certain information to specific clients. So customize the communication is going to be important to you, because people want to feel that you're talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
Don't send me an email about cats when I got a dog. Okay? And I don't want to email my clients that don't have kids about kids. Let's make sure we can properly segment people. Yeah, MailChimp, girl, MailChimp still got me all these years. I do use, so here's the other thing. Do not feel like you have to use only one system. I know
Because
we're
I use
saying
more than one.
I use more than one. And I find that MailChimp works for one thing, but I like this other system for something else, right? So we already know one of the things you have to do, and one of the tools and systems you have to have in place, is a way to communicate with multiple clients all at once, because ain't nobody got time to be sending out individual emails.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing that you have to remember on the legal end, and also to improve the likelihood that your emails are going to be read, you need to have their permission. Please don't be adding people to a list, dropping them in places that they didn't ask you to sign up for, because it's not going to help you. You're going to come off as a sleazy and disrespectful marketer. Okay. And and that's just the truth. And here's the other part. If you are able to get through the filters that these email companies have in place, right? You don't want them reporting you. You don't want any fines, right? So it's important that you get their permission. We have about a 50% open rate on our emails. And that's really high, considering most people will tell you right now that's not the industry standard. And the reason is we ask permission. We ask permission. What were you going to add to that, Megan?
Just to kind of piggyback what you said, my last couple of emails I've had between a 42 to 44%, which definitely is not industry standard. If you look at things such as HubSpot and some of those other kind of go-to premium marketing things that do a lot of studies, a lot of times they'll tell you that a lot of industry average of open rates is anywhere between, like, I think they say like 18 to 22%
Mm-hmm.
is about industry, standard. I personally utilize, again, more than one system. I really started off on MailChimp as well. Utilized that probably since like 2014, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I have a lot of contacts within my MailChimp system. But as my business has grown and looking to really diversify offers, I have another all-in-one system that I'll probably mention because it's more encompassing somewhere else. But when it comes down to a lot of my standard email operations, I utilize Active Campaign, right? Because I have various campaigns to do various segmenting. I have different websites, that I'm specifically directing people to. And so that helps build out automations within those so that I can segment my groups of people based upon whatever their interest is, right? And so as your business grows, look for tools and resources that are also going to be able to help grow with your business. And if you have had some systems that you've utilized in the past, a lot of times that they actually put out on their workflows different updates that they've had over the years.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe if you utilize MailChimps before, and that's where you have a large majority of your contacts, go back to see what some of their upgrades have been, because again, these systems, they're looking to stay up to date with the times. And so they are really beginning to add other features that they have within it. So take a look at some of the things that you might have used kind of halfway like before, stop using, but go back and do a comparison is what I would say.
To your point, don't go invest in a whole bunch of money on some of these fancier systems just because you did research and you saw maybe some of your favorite coaches are using these systems. Sometimes those systems require a large investment, and your business may not be able to sustain that investment, right? Or you're not in the business of sustaining your consistency, right? So don't go waste your money on an app or something higher ticket when the
Mm-hmm.
apps that we just mentioned are pretty reasonably affordable, and they can get you started right now.
I love that because Infusionsoft, hello. Who came up with that? Why was it so complicated?
Baby,
May I understand
and it was like
why
one
you
ninety nine a month.
You
Wasn't it like
no what
199 a
what
month
199? No, it was not.
back in the
Infusionsoft
day?
199 was not Infusionsoft, girl. That was Infusion Low.
Hmm.
Infusionsoft was very expensive, and you actually needed to hire an Infusionsoft specialist to operate their systems. They were crazy. So that is a good point. You do not
Yep.
want to get an overly complicated system that you then now need to hire a specialist just for that system, especially if you are starting out. Let's say you are under seven figures. You don't need to have someone in the company that only knows email marketing. You don't got time for
Hmm.
that. Right. And just the system, not even the
Hmm.
marketing, not
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
copywriter.
Yep.
They just know how to use the system.
Yeah. Another example of that is EverWebinar, a system that you may not necessarily need right now. EverWebinar allows you to do evergreen webinars. But here's the thing with evergreen webinars. If you're not committed to the process, if you don't have some of the other systems set up that we talked about, sometimes they even require where, like Kendra just said, you got to have someone skilled in setting up evergreen webinars.
Hmm.
So it could be, and it comes at like a $500 price point. So I'm saying this because many people are looking to host an ad or set up an ad where they record the masterclass one time and then
Baby,
just be cautious.
take testing first. You got to test to see what's converting well.
That part. Let's talk a little bit. I know we're talking about email marketing, which leads me to another space that we didn't touch upon, but I think it's an important tool to have. You need to have some type of customer relationship management system in
Mm-hmm.
place, right? Unfortunately, here's the thing, email marketing is not the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
okay? When we're talking customer relationship marketing, again, remember, if we had to replace ourselves in the business and we're bringing someone else in, they ain't gonna know what Shirley like.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have a way to communicate with your whole entire team what Shirley likes.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a way of communicating with your entire team. This is a repeat customer, or if this person is getting an incentive or something of that nature. So you do want to add to your list, right, from the beginning. You'll be surprised how quickly the number of people you have provided products or service to adds up. Today you might be at 0, next week you might be at 5, the following month you might be at 50. It's hard to try to keep track of all of that in your cell phone. Again, you are building this and putting it in place as if you would go on vacation and somebody has to operate your business for a whole 90 days without you. What does that look like? Well, you need some way for them to communicate with your customers, and you need some type of customer relationship management system. What would you ladies recommend for that?
So, um, some that I use properly that I had mentioned before for some of my clients is HubSpot, right?
Mm-hmm.
HubSpot is kind of one of the industry leaders when it comes down to CRMs.
Mm-hmm.
That is one because again, it is about managing your customer interactions. It's about enhancing your customer satisfaction and things like that, and also finding ways to kind of really build out those personalized communication plans to really build out like long-term relationships. With a lot of these, they also have landing pages. They have sometimes phones that are built in. So that is one very common depending on the level that you are in, but it is a little bit more expensive depending on the level of business that you have. One that I personally use within my business that I have as an all-in-one system is Go High Level, right? And within Go High Level, I am able to build out landing pages, websites. I have my automations and workflows. I'm able to communicate with all of my clients with text messaging as well as email marketing because it is an all-in-one platform. And so it is one of those that it is not a free
Mm-hmm.
manner, but it is, I love it, right? It's one of those things that even though I utilize other systems, is basically the heart of my business because it is my central customer relationship management tool as well. But again, it is more of an all-in-one encompassing marketing tool that can replace other things. But those are two that I'm in every single day, which is Go High Level and HubSpot. I'm in both of those every single day.
Mhm. So I'm gonna just piggyback off of that, and then I'm gonna give some a couple SMS apps as well. Because I saw someone say, what could we use for SMS apps? So for me, for my customer service management, I use Trello, and Trello has been something that kind of has grown with me as well. And we simply create student boards for current, active, past students, where each student has its own file folder. If a student has a question or something like that and it needs to be pulled up, then we move it to the top. But Trello can easily connect with a lot of your apps, with your Google Drive, with it connects to my Kajabi. It connects to a lot of things, right? So when you're thinking about what's a simple way, especially if you're going to use a virtual assistant that's going to be communicating on your behalf, what's an easy way, something that's understandable that can streamline the process for someone to understand? So I use Trello, Trello. But Megan mentioned two other great ones as well.
Awesome. I
And
hope
see,
you
you guys,
go
it
ahead.
depends on how you do it. And Kendra, I don't know if this is your next one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, I use Trello and I use Asana as not just customer relationship, but also as project management
All of it.
softwares and tools,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And so with a lot of these systems that we're mentioning, it can be kind of all encompassing and
Mm-hmm.
you can utilize them for different
Mm-hmm.
things. From a project management software tool, it really just helps you to facilitate things such as like collaborations and then project tracking.
Mm-hmm.
From a client standpoint, we utilize Trello again, kind of like the same way that T says, like these are some of the deliverables. I have various workshops and worksheets and those kind of things that I
Mm-hmm.
have attached within my Trello board, and also utilize it as a calendar management system with some of my clients. However, from an internal standpoint, where we're doing internal team operations for a project management tool or system that we're using, we utilize Asana,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I use two different things for two different purposes where I could probably do Trello
Mm-hmm.
within the same one, but I like some of the features of Trello. I'm sorry, of Asana. There's other things such as Basecamp and other ones as well for a project management system. But those are just, I think it was three tools that we just mentioned right there. But, it's about
Mm-hmm.
utilizing systems that are going to be able to grow with you and scale with you as you're doing your operations.
Let me just
Mm-hmm.
recap for those that just came in the building, because woo, we are almost halfway through. Number 5 is coming up. We talked about the first tool was tracking your progress. If you're new, you missed it, make sure you go and watch the replay that's available for you. We talked about our email marketing tools, our customer relationship management tools, our project management tool is what we just finished, and last but not least, in number 5, it's not the last, but number 5 would be show me the money. Okay. You need a payment system,
Ooh.
honey. You need a way for
Oh.
people to pay you, whether you're sending out invoices, whether you're having a payment on your website. There has to be some way for people to pay you. And I would say electronically is very important. Yes, we would all like the cash money. Okay. We would all like the checks from 1999. But the truth of the matter is, some people really do still write checks, right? I mean, the big companies do when you do stuff. The truth of the matter is, you need to have a way for people to pay you with a credit card or a debit card. Beyond cash, what's the other one? Was it
What
Cash App? What's the cash thing
Cash App
called?
and Zelle.
Yeah, Cash App and Zelle. Yes, we know that's an option, but the truth is, you need something that is a legit payment system.
Bef-
yeah.
So, what are our options in that space, ladies?
Before we jump into the payment plans, I forgot to give the two apps for Slick Text. So I'll get
Okay.
the two apps for SMS, and then I'll turn it over to Megan to give the payment. But Slick Text is perfect for SMS marketing. So if you're looking to do any cell phone marketing where you message to people's mobile devices, Slick Text is a great one for that. Community is another. Community community, but community is going to come at a much higher cost than slick text, but community is going to give you the feel that you're communicating directly with another person's cell phone. You won't get really the standard text message rates apply at the bottom of the text messages. It's going to appear like that person is communicating directly for you. Now, if you, once again, are just starting out in business, you don't need to put a hefty community price tag on that thing. Slick text is good, great enough. So slick text or community for your SMS apps. What you got for payment, Megan?
Another one, I don't know if they're still around too, is another option is expert texting. That is another one that I've used in the past, is another one for text message. But again, like I said, I currently use mine within Go High Level because they have that ability. I don't know who it's through. I just put money on there and it's there. But they have that within that all-in-one system, right? So, but in the past, before I got that all-in-one system, I utilized expert texting. Okay. Now, for payment processors, if you are in business and you have that business account, you know, there's Square, right? SquareUp.com. You can always utilize that for it. Even within some of the other systems, and I'm sure they will talk to you all about some of the other systems that you can use. But one that I commonly use for wire transfers, right? Because again, sometimes depending on business, yes, when you're dealing with bigger businesses, they will still cut checks, right? But some companies, they want to do wire transfers, and depending on the industry that you're in, wire transfers, right? And so the payment processor that I use for my high ticket clients when they're doing wire transfer instead of doing Zelle is to utilize Melio payments, Melio, right? And a lot of times when you use Melio payments, you can still send your invoices and do your invoicing systems through there. So when I'm not using Square or some of the other ones, I do Melio payments, and it's an ACH transfer. A lot of times, my accountant, right, she was telling me that those credit card fees and everything, that they cost a lot. And so when you begin to get into the process of sending out, you know, wire transfers, then typically it is a lower transfer amount. It's typically, you know, like a 1% instead of your standard 2.5 plus 50 cent or whatever else those other people are charging. So if your clients have that ability, then I would say to set up, you know, your ACH transfers through Melio payments. And I'm sure you all have some others.
I was gonna add, good point that when you do the wire transfer, it's a lower rate. But a lot of you, if you're self-funded, you may benefit from using those platforms because they then do offer like capital loans. So they do pay you, it does pay off sometimes to build those relationships. If you're having problems getting traditional funding, they will sometimes allow you to do capital loans. I know Shopify does it. I know Stripe does it. PayPal does it. And I think Square, they offer those. So you may not want to use it for all of your clients because it does feel different when that $10,000 gets hit by a 2.5%. But you do want to have multiple options because there may be times that, let's say you have low ticket digital products, things like that, that you can sell versus if you're having that fee come out when your clients are paying you $30,000 and things like that, right? And then chargebacks, and those are whole different conversations, but understanding that will make a big difference. And then there's nothing wrong with having multiple systems. Like I said, there are pros and cons to each. T, what do you got? What do you got for payment system?
You guys hit on pretty much all of them. The only thing that I was going to recommend as well is having that payment, what do they call it now, where they allow you to break up your payments in installments.
Payment
Maybe it's an
plan.
installment person. So an Afterpay, a Klarna, a Sizzle, having something like that, which allows for your customer to break that up on the backside, but you get your money up front,
Yes,
right?
you do.
So it still communicates affordability to your customer, but you still get your money up front. And they go through a really good process to protect you because they want their money back. So when someone does do any sort of chargeback, the process for it is much, much easier because they're going to evaluate how you do business, right? one of those apps could easily 4 times your business if you get it set up and you have the proper funnel set up in place where people can choose which option is best for them. What were you
Right.
about to say,
Mm-hmm.
Megan?
And then we talk about so like I know we said PayPal is one. Another one, I don't know if we mentioned it, is Stripe.
I love Stripe.
Yeah,
So Stripe is
yeah.
another payment processor. There's also things such as within my Thrive card, which is another system that you can use as a cart processor,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's and I have the ability to break out payments and do payment plans and do different type of offers.
Mm-hmm.
And again,
Mm-hmm.
that is through Thrive Card. Is they have other things on there. I know that they can do Apple Pay, Stripe, PayPal, and then there's some other companies like Authorize.net
Mm-hmm.
and some other non-traditional ones. But if you all do not have, which is another system, is actually a payment cart system. What's the proper name for that, Kendra?
Mm-hmm.
Payment cart.
I don't know, girl. You went left on me on that. We listening though. T and I are taking notes.
Yeah, so it's payment cards. So a lot of times they can look like a traditional landing page, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just a simpler way. What's some of those other systems? Like Sam Card used to be them. Like some people used to use Sam Card, or
T and I
sometimes
just notating out of our realm here. Come on,
or there's
Megan.
other payment processes like that people would also use, but it's just basically it's just a simple way to do a cart in a landing page, but that way it has all of those things that are integrated. Yeah,
Shopping carts, he
Marcus said
says.
shopping carts. Yeah, I don't know what the other
I
term
don't
is.
know, but we gonna move on till you figure that one out for
Yeah,
us. Marcus is
but
like
it's a
shopping
shopping
cart.
cart. It's a cart, and so basically some people just utilize it where they can sell products and or services, and it's just a direct link to something without having a full blown out website, but it just links them to that.
There you go.
I love
Another one is
Zapier.
Zapier. Put your systems to talk to each other. Awesome. One more I'm gonna add is when you get the money, you need some type of accounting system, my love.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you need an accounting system. If you don't have a bookkeeper on call or
Mm-hmm.
you haven't added a bookkeeper to your payroll yet, you need an accounting system to track everything. The bookkeeper don't want all your statements in PDF. Trust me, they really don't. And so you do need an accounting system. What's the one that everyone usually gets?
QuickBooks.
QuickBooks,
Mm-hmm.
right? QuickBooks. It may not be everyone's best friend, but it is accessible and easy to set up and connect to your bank accounts. But you do need some type of accounting system. Did you ladies have another one that you wanted to share?
There's another one. I think it's called
Of course, Megan
Freshline.
do.
Listen, sometimes
Listen,
you need
she done turned
options,
on her
right?
computer. I done seen the light flash on.
Listen, I just got on the computer to give y'all the
Oh,
real
it
name.
flashed on
Okay,
her glasses. Oh, she in full
Mm-hmm.
nerd mode.
I'm
Y'all
in
better
full
invite y'all people
nerd
in
mode.
here.
It's time to geek out,
Megan.
right? So, so in addition to QuickBooks, because I work with a lot of accountants and doing some of the back end stuff, right? So another one is called FreshBooks. That is not
Yes.
the full big daddy of QuickBooks. That seems
Mm-hmm.
to be easier for smaller businesses,
I didn't care
startups.
for
Yeah,
FreshBooks.
You didn't
Mm-mm.
like it?
it has its pros and cons. Um, and then another one is called
Mm-hmm.
Xero. Xero is another one that
Mm-hmm.
I've heard and have had people to utilize. But those are the three that I think have been kind of like the most common is that Xero and FreshBooks.
And
Mm-hmm.
don't nerd out too much on us, Megan, because we only got like 2 more minutes. So the next one I have on my list is data storage, right? Somewhere to store all of your files. It's almost like a backup system
Mm-hmm.
because one day things may go south. You may have to change platforms. It happens. Yes, we trust all our systems and tools, but you got to protect your ass. So, excuse my French, y'all. So, what? Bonjour. Comment allez-vous aujourd'hui? Yes, yes. Oui, oui,
Muy
oui.
bien. Y
Muy
too.
bien. No, that is Spanish tea. That is Spanish. C'est quoi? So listen, what do we do for data storage? What are you guys doing in the room? How do you store or back up your files? I hope you're not going about to tell me you just leave it on your desktop. It is 2024. What we
Mm-mm.
got?
Mm-hmm.
So Google Drive, and I have that other app that's on my phone. And normally I try to do a once or 2 month purge over to it. What's it called? Jesus, it's on my phone. Everybody got it. It's another one where you probably see it all the time and you can connect it. Um, but definitely Google Drive. Now for me, I'm not the best with organization. Like if you were to look through my phone, like I gotta go digging for stuff as far as it pertains to like pictures and things like that. But on my Google Drive, I can kind of separate it a little bit
You're
more
more
seamlessly. Yeah,
organized.
but I don't have a great app, so I'm waiting for Megan to recommend
Come
something.
on, Megan, geek out. What you got for data storage? She got data stored in the cloud and the cushions and the where
So
you storing
typically
it?
what I have is I use a lot of GoDaddy project products. And so I
Oh,
just utilize that drive that they have within there. It's OneDrive that I utilize that I keep.
Nope, that ain't it.
Um, yep. And some of them you are able to give your clients or people that you're
Mm-hmm.
collaborating with limited access. Go ahead and have those folders and like label them, figure out what kind of labeling system. And in addition, I also have an external hard drive that I pretty much keep backup copies of everything. So with all of my courses, the things that I have recorded, the documents, I also keep and have like a 4 terabyte external hard drive. Well, we have a couple of them. So when you look at those, find out those ways and then just kind of label and systematize those type of things. But if you don't already have one so that your computer don't have all the stuff on it, get yourself an external hard drive. It's going to be the best system, I would say, for that.
yeah, and I would say please don't make it complicated for yourself. Do get one. We love our desktops, we love our tools, we love our laptops, we love our phone, but things can go wrong and you don't want to not have access to something that you've been working on. So, or especially client stuff. So definitely take your time to get that in place. I personally am a fan of Google Drive.
Mm-hmm.
Amazon used to have storage. I don't know if they still allow it. It's been a while. I think I actually saw an email where they say they were getting rid of it. But Amazon used to actually, which reminds me, I need to go check mine. They actually used to have a storage that came with Amazon Prime, right? And then there's Microsoft. So there are multiple platforms that allows you to do cloud storage. And I think cloud storage is an important thing for you to have because most of you are going to want to pay for remote desktops for your teams. But if you have it where they can access the files, or as corporate Aaron would say, the deliverables, it would
Yes.
be great for your brand and your business. I'm the lawyer in me can't go without mentioning this one. You have to have some way of having electronic signatures done. Okay. Please, you need contracts. Don't look left, don't look right, don't look around. I'm talking to you,
Mm-hmm.
right? You need to have some way to sign documents electronically.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always annoyed here. I'm a fax it. Who still fax?
Mm-hmm.
What's the fax? Why do you still fax? Get electronic signatures.
Baby, the
You should be
IRS want
operating
that e-fax, okay?
you should be operating with electronic signatures. There should be no excuse for that. Please add that. Oh, I don't know if hey, Sugar Bear, please make sure you add that to your list of things that you need. You
Mm-hmm.
need some way to get electronic signatures, okay?
DocuSign, something of DocuSign or something of that nature. Now, in addition to that, with those electronic signatures, you also got to have a way where you scan documents virtually. So a document that you have in your presence that you need to scan virtually to the cloud, as Kendra, or to the cushion, as Kendra may say. I think both of those are two important things. DocuSign, you can get that app on your phone as well as a PDF scanner. You can download that from your app store or the Google Play Store directly to your phone too.
Oh, I
Mm-hmm.
was gonna add, if you have Google, they have an app that you can add that will let you do e-signature as well for
Mm-hmm.
free. Megan, you got something for that, or you want to move on to the next
I
one?
personally use Signaturely.
Okay.
It's the one that I utilize, and I have my contract templates in. Once a client enrolls, it's a simple thing where I have automation set up where it gets them that to the signature. Another one that some of my clients have used is HelloSign is
Mm-hmm.
another one. So you
Mhm.
guys have three right there that you can look for.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
speaking of e-signatures, Password management. Can y'all stop writing your passwords down in these notebooks? You need a system to manage your passwords. Oh, not my camera being off. You need a system to manage your passwords. What? What? Am I lying?
You
Am I lying?
you do, but I don't. I don't get one, I guess I should say.
What?
That's why I'm just
Come
shaking
on.
my head in disgust, because it ain't that I'm writing them down, Jesus. It's that I'm trying to commit them to memory, knowing that I'm going to forget. I'm remembering right now that I ain't going to remember this password. And yet I
Mm,
still won't write it down, and I still won't get an app. I'm
Mm.
wow.
toxic.
Megan, what you use for passwords?
One pass.
One Pass
Mm-mm.
is one of them. T, you really ain't out here using no type of password management.
I'm
They
iffy
laughing
about
because
it. I'm iffy. Like I think that I think it's a setup. I guess I'm old fashioned in that way. I think it's a setup, a way for them to get my password.
Oh my
Erica,
goodness.
yes, I can't believe what I'm hearing. No, you do. Okay, so this is an important tool to have, especially if you're bringing in contractors or other people in your business that aren't going to be there full time. You don't want to give them your password, but you want to give them access. So having some
Oh.
type of password management tool is going to be important if you're looking again, because we trying to go on vacation for 90 days, T. And if we in
They got
vacation for
their own
90
accounts. They got their own
T,
logins.
Mm-mm.
I create everything for
T,
them. They create everything.
T,
They get
we
access.
need
They
them
can
to
see
put
it the
their
way I
stuff in
can
there
see it.
too.
But they trust me, it's there. I can go on vacation. It's okay.
We
Now I
gonna
ain't got to
do
remember a password.
when
I'm
you
gonna sit
come
this one
back.
out.
She ain't gonna remember her password. She's the one calling IT after she been on Christmas vacation. I don't remember none of my logins.
So
What we're saying is
y'all,
your
please
brain
get that one
cells.
password.
Your
Please.
brain cells are already busy. Get you a password management system. Last but not least, okay? Because remember, we're building and creating in a way that we can go on vacation for 90 days, okay? A manual, a documentation manual of your processes. Okay. Yes, it is a separate tool, Erica. Get off this live. Now, y'all, we need a
I
tool.
love you,
Woo!
Erica. I love you. She telling me I love her, and I'm telling her that I
Y'all
love.
too. Go over there in that group chat. Breakout room.
They
Hello.
gotta go in the corner.
Okay. What tools are we using to First of all, are you documenting your process in the room? Don't lie. Be honest, since we a truth group. It is
Mhm,
January 18th. You got time to get your ish together before the end of the year.
mhm.
Okay, before we go on our 90-day vacation, because that's what we working up to on this call. Okay, we're working on taking off 90 days this year. I don't know when or how, but that's what we claiming it. Okay. What tools are you using to document your process or your steps in your business?
Mhm.
Baby, I just need for y'all to have a Word document and put it in them folders properly, okay? I just want you to start there.
So I do. Maybe 2 years ago, I can't stand neither one of y'all today. 2 years ago, I came across this app called
Ain't
Trainio.
nobody
Trainio.
gonna use all of
I
that now.
I
Do you use it?
started to, and because now I don't have to share my passwords, because I can let my people, they can look at the stuff that I documented in there. I ain't got to go through that. I created that 2 years ago. I haven't touched it since, and I don't need to remember a password, because that is my standard operating procedure. Every time something changes, if something changes, I could just go in there and update it, or I can have somebody else do it. I love it.
Megan, what you
Yeah,
got?
that's the biggest system. I think that's the most common one that's out there right now
Hmm.
is Trainio. But I was not joking when I said y'all just get a Word
Hmm.
document because that's all those systems are is a Word turned into a PDF. That's what your standard operating procedure is, right? And then utilize the back end of your OneDrive, there's SharePoint, there's Google Documents, right? And then create you some folders with those Word documents and put those standard
Sounds
operating procedures in
exhausting
there.
already, Megan. Your training process is exhausting
Okay, well,
me.
hire me and
That
I'll
already
do it for you.
sounds exhausting. If you are thinking, okay, you don't want to do training, I'll turn on your screen record your screen. Okay. If you're on a budget, record your screen and upload those recordings into your
Hmm.
Google Drive, Megan. There you go.
Hmm.
Or wherever you store your stuff, and they can go get it. You can just record your screen and hire somebody else to put it in folders, as Megan mentioned, or
Hmm.
to make those Google documents. Is there any last bonus system that we missed before we wrap it up that you ladies use, love, and can't get enough of that you would like people to know about? Tool or system? that we are loving on in 2024. Guys in the room, if we missed one, hey Nikki Bean, put it in the chat. Oh, I'm sorry, Nick Bean. If put it in the chat, what is one tool that you are using or system that you're using that you are in love with that we didn't mention that you think we should mention on this live?
I'm gonna just throw out there Shopify for websites, because a lot of people are using GoDaddy free website builders, and when it comes time to edit or change it, can't nobody help you with it because we not skilled in GoDaddy free website builders. No
Yeah.
shade, I'm just being 1,000% honest.
Mm-mm.
So if you want to go farther, faster, you kind of gotta oh wait, Megan, you use GoDaddy?
Not me over here trying
Oh.
to read Megan's screen from her glasses. What's she on?
Mm-mm.
so
Monday. Okay.
So definitely use Shopify. I have a link that will give you 3 months free. So if you're a part of Kendra's subscriber group and you want the link, just message Kendra and she'll get it to me as well.
Or slide into DM and say
It's
ready.
sliding there. It's a slippery slope now.
you, you get more than what you were bargained for. So one of the other tools in the chat, Erica said Monday. Erica, what do you use Monday for? I'm gonna put out there Superhuman. If your inbox looks a hot mess like mine with over 100,000 emails that have not been read, check out Superhuman. Okay, they will actually take the time to clean up your inbox, put things where they belong, open up the mail you actually need to see, and put aside the things that are a little bit too much. Superhuman is one of those tools that I love for the inbox because God knows if I didn't have it, I would miss a lot of things. What you got, Megan? What's the honorable mention?
The honorable mention for me is Notion, Notion.so.
Oh.
So with that, it can also serve as a place to house a lot of your social media stuff. Like if you have plans, your project planning, it can also house and serve as a place to store all of your SOPs. They have team access, and recently they just came out with a calendar where you can link your Google and Gmail calendars and all the other kind of stuff to it. And so when I'm doing any kind of project planning, as I'm planning for my lives and planning out course documents, there's other charts and things like that. And so I utilize Notion.
Notion. Guys, if you got one thing from the chat, let us know. Let us know if you got at least one thing from the live. I enjoyed this live. I enjoyed it because I like hearing about y'all tools. Listen here, Jan. I don't know you. I can't accept your invite. Okay, boo. Drop a one if you got at least one thing from this live. Make sure you tune in. We're gonna continue to do lives. The replay. Megan's gone. Megan left the group chat. Megan.
Megan.
Megan,
Are you
Megan,
there?
where are you, Megan? Sorrows. Megan left the group chat. No, for real. Oh, she's back. Drop a one. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We're gonna continue to try to do at least one live a day. Oh, you're back, Megan.
You know, that's why I don't like trying to read through nobody comments, because I always hang myself up. Like, whatever y'all just said is what y'all said.
Up reading the comments. God, make it make sense. If you are a subscriber, you will automatically have access to this replay. If you're not a subscriber, you better become one. There's lots more replays in there. Ladies, if they want to connect with you, how can they do that?
You can message me the word ready. I am now accepting one-to-one coaching students.
Check out the links in my bio. I have a free wealth activation quiz that's on there. I also have some other programs and things for y'all to check out. Okay, you got to go sexy.
I mean, but why are you here? So for
But y'all
me,
are kind of sexy though. I mean, I do have some sexy friends. Like, hey y'all,
Can
you
do.
cute. You cute.
oh, you are welcome. Thank you for joining us. So you what? Definitely gonna check out. Yes, check out Superhuman and let me know. Be on the lookout. We got some exciting things coming. Of course, if you're interested in brand protection, hit me up. hello@brandprotector.com or schedule a call at the link in my bio. It was great having you ladies on. Thank you so much for being your beautiful selves. I appreciate y'all.
Adios.
Bye-bye.